Weather on the Ones every 10 minutes. Also available on the Spectrum News app.
Good afternoon, I'm Jeff Allen. Here's the stories we're tracking for you this afternoon. We begin with breaking news. The teenager charged with a series of fatal shootings in Pine Hills last month has been indicted on 16 counts. State Attorney Monique Worrell has filed first-degree murder charges against the suspect for the deaths of Natasha Augustin, 9-year-old Tiana Major, and Spectrum News reporter Dylan Lyons. He's also charged with second-degree murder. City officials are still trying to figure out how to improve safety and reduce crime in an area known as the Compound. 3 bodies were found in the Palm Bay area in just the last few months. A project is in the works to develop that land. And today is the last day to stop by the FEMA Disaster Recovery Center in Volusia County. The site in Daytona Beach is permanently closing at 6 p.m. today due to a lack of visitors. It opened back in October following Hurricane Ian. Now we want to get a check of your weather with Mallory Nichols. Mallory, nice cooler weather the last couple of days. Can we expect more of that as we head into the weekend?
Unfortunately, it's going to be changing up just a bit heading into the next couple of days. We'll feel that higher humidity and temperatures will be slightly warmer. Already in the upper 70s to low 80s at this lunch hour, and we'll keep climbing through the afternoon. We've got plenty of sunshine, and that wind that's going to pick up more out of the southeast will push highs into the mid to upper 80s inland, right around 80 degrees along the east coast. And a check of our headlines, it will be quiet and warm to end March. We do have, with those dry conditions sticking around, an enhanced fire risk with just a slight chance for a few showers this weekend.
Back to that breaking news now at noon. An Orange County grand jury has voted to indict Keith Moses on first-degree murder charges for his alleged role in the deadly Pine Hills shootings last month. Orange County deputies say the 19-year-old shot and killed Natasha Augustin, 9-year-old Tiana Major, and our own reporter, Dylan Lyons. Spectrum News 13's Will Robinson-Smith joins us now live from the Orange County Courthouse. And Will, State Attorney Monique Worrell says the grand jury indicted Moses late yesterday and could end up facing the death penalty here.
Yeah, Moses is now facing 3 charges of first-degree capital murder as well as 16 additional charges. Now, Orange County deputies say that Moses shot and killed Natasha Augustin in a car on Hialeah Street. That was back on February 22nd. Now, later that afternoon, investigators say he returned to the area and entered a nearby home where he shot 9-year-old Tiana Major and her mother, Brandy Major. Tiana later died from her injuries. According to court documents, he also shot and killed our own Spectrum News reporter Dylan Lyons, critically injured our photojournalist Jesse Walden. State Attorney Monique Worrell says that the capital case review panel will be meeting in the coming weeks to make that recommendation about whether or not they're going to seek the death penalty. And according to court documents, Keith Moses entered a written plea of not guilty on Wednesday. According to court documents, trial date has been set for June 5th, but a trial attorney that we spoke with within the last 10 minutes or so says that is highly unlikely and will probably take significantly longer, potentially up to a year beyond that point. For now, reporting live here at the courthouse, Will Robinson-Smith, Spectrum News 13.
Thank you. We'll, of course, be keeping you up to date on everything with that case. Now, for the first time in the nearly 250-year history of the United States, a former president has been indicted. We're continuing our coverage now on what exactly the indictment of former President Donald Trump means. 2 sources familiar with the case tell our partners at CNN that Mr. Trump faces more than 30 counts related to business fraud. Multiple sources say he'll make his first court appearance on Tuesday. A grand jury voted yesterday to formally charge him in connection with hush money payments made to Stormy Daniels and another woman, Karen McDougal, right before the 2016 presidential election. The precise charges are not yet known, but will likely be announced in the coming days. Now, former President Donald Trump has had plenty to say about the indictment. He remains at this hour at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach. And that's where our Greg Angel is there right now for us this afternoon with more on when the former president is expected to return to New York. What's it looking like there, Greg?
Jeff, good afternoon. Yeah, the former president still here at his estate in Palm Beach County and sending off a series of statements and social media posts railing against these multiple investigations and this grand jury indictment. You may remember about a week ago when the president was speculating of his impending arrest, he was rallying his supporters to his side. And while we've seen a lot of preparations take place in New York, here in Palm Beach, things remain relatively calm and quiet. Just across the Intracoastal from me, there's a group of about a dozen supporters who have continued to turn out, waving large flags and showing their support. And let me show you here something that you can see in the distance at Mar-a-Lago. It is an American flag flying at half-staff at Mar-a-Lago, and supporters of the former president out here say they see that flag as a sign of this politically motivated attack, they call it, on the former president. As I mentioned, there are at least 4 ongoing investigations of which Trump is subject to. We spoke with David Haas, who is a former prosecutor, now a federal criminal defense attorney, and he says he believes these charges, once they are unsealed and revealed publicly, are going to show that they go beyond just charges connected to a 2016 hush money payment to former adult film star Stormy Daniels.
But it sounds like this case may have gone further into the Trump organization and his role. You know, Mr. Trump faces a variety of different charges in a variety of different jurisdictions.
And Jeff, as you mentioned, we expect the former president to leave Palm Beach and return to New York in the coming days, on Tuesday, most likely. This is not a situation where anyone expects the former president to actually be in handcuffs or anything like that. The Manhattan DA says his office is coordinating with the Trump team as far as that surrender. It's also interesting to view, as many see these charges as a potential benefit to the Trump campaign. He is officially in the race for the White House in the 2024 election. This indictment nor these investigations preclude him from continuing that campaign. Jeff?
Further divide our country, the indictment?
I have no comment on that.
Mr. President.
Possible protests in the wake of the indictment?
No, I'm not going to talk about Trump's indictment.
President Joe Biden there, and that's all President Biden had to say this morning regarding the indictment of former President Donald Trump. Reporters asked him questions as he boarded a flight to Mississippi. Governor Ron DeSantis, however, had much more to say about all this. In a statement last night, the governor called the indictment un-American, saying, quote, Florida will not assist in an extradition request given the questionable circumstances at issue with this Soros-backed Manhattan prosecutor and his political agenda, end quote. Governor DeSantis is considered a strong rival of former President Trump in the race for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination, despite not yet announcing a run. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, Spectrum News Washington, D.C. Bureau reporter Angie Gonzalez brings us up to speed on the attorney reaction and key players in the case that led to this indictment. Now, for all your need-to-know updates regarding former President Trump's indictment, head on over to mynews13.com for our live blog. It's constantly updated with the latest updates and reactions from your leaders in office. It's also available on the free Spectrum News app. Well, do you want some good news on this Friday? We've got it for you. Just ahead, how an NFL All-Star came to the rescue of a fan thousands of dollars in debt. Wait till you see that. But first, it's time to check in with certified meteorologist Mallory Nichols. This cool but sunny weather has been great the last couple of days, but can we expect more of it into the weekend, Mallory?
Unfortunately, the humidity will be climbing back up, but that does mean we'll see a slight chance for a few showers. I'll tell you exactly when to expect a little bit of rain over the next couple of days, all coming up soon on your Weather on the Ones.